Hi everyone, I'm Iris.
I'm Raizel.
And we're from Are You Student Life. You guys might know Marie Kondo from her Netflix show, Tidying Up with Marie Kondo.
You may have seen her infamous quote, "Does this spark joy?" online for things like hot dogs and...
We kind of wanted to do the same thing, but with our digital lives.
We made a little digital checklist, divided it into two parts. So there's like a decluttering part and a descreening part. First part of the decluttering part is to unfollow accounts that don't serve our lives in a purposeful way. The second one was to delete apps that we don't use frequently. And then for the descreening part, we are keeping our social networking apps to only an hour a day, and we're not going to be using our phones for the first and last 15 minutes of the day.
So what's the daily average usage of your phone?
I use my phone like 5 to 6 hours a day. Majority of the time is spent on Twitter and Instagram.
Same, plus TikTok for me.
See, I've never used TikTok before.
You should use it. It's
really?
So, good luck.
Good luck, Iris.
Today is the first day of my digital KonMari method challenge. I'm actually really excited. I've been noticing a decline in my energy levels. I've already messed up. Long story short, I went on vacation, landed early in the morning, and spent the day trying to get my ish together. Ended up staying up past 12, used my phone past 12, and so it's not even noon, and I've already used my phone 47 minutes, and 23 minutes of that is on social networking. I am on TikTok, on Twitter, just scrolling every night for hours, and then suddenly it's 1 a.m. and I'm like, where did the time go? And it's literally just because I'm on my phone. Yeah, the hardest part will definitely be only using social media for work and not for personal reasons. So one of the things on the checklist is to unfollow accounts that don't serve your life in a purposeful way. I'm not really sure that this is that important to me because I do that every single day. If I see something I don't like on my dashboard, I don't hesitate to unfollow them. At this point, I kind of just want to make sure that I'm following accounts that inspire me. I love to do a good purge. Every once in a while, I will go through all of my following. This is mainly on Instagram, but maybe I should do it on Twitter. But just getting rid of things that basically things that don't make me want to do better. Doing better is following KonMari and seeing how organized she is, for example, versus feeling jealous and always thinking, why can't I be like this person? Even though the person is great, they're not giving me any value, they're just making me feel bad about myself. So another thing on the checklist that I'm not sure I'll do is the deleting of apps that I don't really use. Like for example, like Bitmoji. Like I use Bitmoji almost never, but I find it so exciting, and sometimes when I'm bored with my friends, I'll just use it, and whenever I see it, it sparks good memories. I already keep my apps to a minimum, but I think I'm gonna do a good purging because I do have some games, like 8-ball, that I don't play. So as it stands today, I've spent 51 minutes on my phone in total, 21 minutes on social networking, and it is currently 3:17. So I think I'm doing okay. Knock on wood.
Okay, so it's 5:25 and I'm already at 59 minutes of social networking time on my phone. So I might have to change my goal to 1 hour and 30 minutes, which I feel like is a realistic goal.
I have arrived home. I am home, done my 6-hour lab. Didn't use my phone on the commute, like maybe for 2 seconds here and there to reply to messages and kind of check Instagram. The truth is, this challenge is very, very challenging. I use social media for work, for school, for extracurricular activities, and I need to use my phone. Like I reply to emails, I need to text my friends. So the screen time thing for 1 hour, very unrealistic for me and very hard. Tomorrow I'm gonna let myself breathe and try to keep it under 2 hours.
It's 9 p.m. So far, I've only spent 1 hour and 3 minutes on social media on my phone. It's actually been really shocking because usually I go on my phone while I work, and while I was doing my work, I didn't, and I got a lot of work done before the Oscars, which I'm currently watching.
So far, I have not used social networking apps for more than 1 hour. I think I'm at around 40 minutes. So we'll see where life takes us.
It is currently 8:15 a.m. on Monday. I have class starting at 9. I got up at the set time. I took a shower. I made breakfast. And now I have spare time, which feels really weird. I don't know what to do.
It's around 11 a.m. and I did pretty well. I've only been using my phone for productivity apps. Screen time is already at like almost 20 minutes, but like my social networking has only been 3 or so. So far, challenge, easy. Just kidding.
I just got back from class. My screen time at the moment is only 23 minutes. It's 12:25 p.m. The thing that I'm finding the most hard is just like not picking up my phone as soon as I get home and like lying in my bed and just watching like TikToks or like scrolling through Twitter or Instagram.
We're gonna see how the rest of the day goes because I don't have class at all. I'm home all day, you know, hanging out with my dog. Also, I started doing a thing where I have set a timer, when I do want to use my phone or like scroll Instagram or I need to give in, I set a timer for like 3 minutes, and once the timer goes off, no exceptions, I have to lock my phone. And I think I'm gonna use that even after this challenge, is just like set a timer for myself.
4:05, so it's 4:05.
And
We're trying to not use social media today. We'll be busy anyway, so.
Well, I'm at an hour.
Already?
Yeah.
I somehow find a way to distract myself.
I do an hour limit for the day.
Almost the end of the day, and today was successful. I don't think I'm gonna go over the 1 hour mark. I really worked hard today because I wasn't on my phone, but I realized that I didn't take any breaks because I didn't want to go on my phone and do Instagram.
It's 12 a.m. I just got back from the shoots. I felt myself getting a little bit restless because I was on my phone a lot during like the waiting period. I would go on Instagram or Twitter, and I found that I didn't really like how I was feeling. I didn't really feel that present.
Now my head kind of hurts because I've been staring at my laptop all day, and I realized the breaks that I take is to like browse Instagram and stuff, so I didn't do that today, so that's interesting.
So instead, I kind of just use my phone to take pictures, or I just talk to the people around me, and that kind of kept my energy level up, because otherwise I wouldn't know how I would like keep going for the night. I'm proud of myself, even though I didn't hit the 1 hour mark.
Tomorrow, I think, will be a challenge because it is a super busy day. When I'm out, it's harder. When I'm inside, it's easy because I can use my laptop a lot, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow.
I feel like because of this 15-minute rule, I've been a lot more productive with my time. I already packed for work, I ate breakfast, and I packed my lunch. And I'm not just like lying in bed scrolling on Twitter, because if that were the case, it'd definitely be a different story.
End of day 3, we're here. Truthfully, I didn't really care so much for the challenge towards the end of the day.
My total time on social media on my phone was 2 hours. A lot of it has to do with work. I was like monitoring the social feeds, but while I was doing that, I was also procrastinating while going on like my socials.
I didn't like knowing that I could just open up Twitter and I wasn't allowed to. I think the only reason why I was able to keep the social networking within an hour-ish was because I had class and a super busy day.
Not the greatest feeling, but still proud of myself that I can recognize this feeling and grow from it.
This is interesting. I feel like when I watch this, I'm gonna be like, "Ah, Raizel, you have problems." So we'll see.
So we are back from our digital KonMari method challenge. It has been 3 days since we started. We realized that 3 days isn't long enough. Ideally, you do a week. The thing is, if you do it, you have to do it every day. And you need to, it's almost, what's the word? Cold feet? Cold turkey?
Cold turkey, yeah.
That's what it is, cold turkey. If I don't do cold turkey, method, it won't stick in. If I have to do it once a week, I do it here and there, it won't work for me.
Right. One of the easiest things was definitely like waking up and not using my phone, just because like it had a really good impact on me, and I would sometimes read in the morning too, which is really shocking because
It's so wholesome.
yeah, and like I had a full breakfast, I packed my lunch sometimes, and I felt like really like energized and ready for the day.
Easiest thing for me to do, surprisingly, was not to pick up my phone.
Really?
Is that strange?
Yeah.
So like, because I was doing this challenge, I would purposely put my phone far, far away so that I wouldn't use it. And because it was so far away, it was easy for me not to pick it up.
What was the hardest thing for you?
Hardest thing for me was at the end of the day when I was done all my productiveness and I didn't want to work anymore, so it'd be like 7 p.m. I'm hanging out with my mom watching TV. I wanted to use my phone. But at that point I'd already used like 45 minutes of my social networking time.
I same. Yeah. I think like after I was done like work or school or whatever, I would go home and like decompress, and usually the way I decompress is using my phone, and I would just kind of get sucked in.
Another hard thing, I will say, I use Twitter for my news and on my commute. I didn't want to use up my time, my allotted time for social networking. I didn't want to use it during my commute, so that was hard. Because I love Twitter.
So my biggest takeaway from this is just that like being on your phone isn't a bad thing. It's kind of checking in with the way you're feeling while you're using your phone. That's the most important for me. It was just about like being honest and feeling, how long is good enough for me, and how short is too restricted.
Yeah, mine is similar. The takeaway would be being aware of your usage too, and knowing when it's too much. I shouldn't spend half an hour looking at memes and stuff. I should spend maybe 5 minutes. Because it feels good. So I shouldn't eliminate it completely, and I shouldn't feel bad.
So do you recommend this detox for other people?
Yes, if it's for 2 to 3 days even, just so that you become aware of your usage on your phone. The screen time feature on the iPhones is really helpful, and I encourage anyone watching this to be aware of what they're using.
It sparks joy. My phone will eventually spark joy for me.
That was our challenge. We encourage you to try it. All right, thanks for watching.